Peace, y'all. This is the Beats on the 7 podcast. This you see? This you got Spence. I'm not getting nobody for this. This you got Spence. I'm joining my homeboy, Skinny.
Yeah.
Ivan.
All right, what's going on? Ivan, a.k.a. R&B, a.k.a. the real karaoke king of Las Vegas. What's going on?
It's all good,
Whoa.
baby. Back here with y'all.
Where you get all that from? Where did that come from?
And so?
Make it hotter.
Who the real karaoke king of Las Vegas is. That's all I wanted to do.
Y'all are so funny. And so,
What's up?
Hey. Man, if you go... Look, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. He played it all smooth. Like he calling you out. OG, he calling you out.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The mic's right here.
I don't know. No, serious. I done put in too much work and too much time with this karaoke. No, serious. I've been at this since 1999. And
He throwing accolades out there.
and I mean, I've been there with supposed to been the best, and in the end,
Suppose, man.
bam.
he got the crown on his head.
He put a crown on. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He threw the accolades out there, Ivan. I don't know, man.
And I take this serious.
Ooh.
No, serious. I mean, you go to, you go to karaoke places, and you got people, doing karaoke. Of course, the words on the screen. Words are here. And I'm talking about over 500 songs.
Bars.
Oh,
I ain't looking up there for not one word.
Bars.
If you know what you're doing, that's how it's supposed to go.
So, I mean, basically everybody know, my style is old school. I love all music. But, I come from that era, old school, so I cater to that crowd. Whether if it's white old school, black old school, whatever, Jamaican old school.
and he all around.
All around.
You just R&B.
That's why I'm the king.
Ivy, you just R&B. He said he all
Don't
around.
play with me like that.
Ooh, he shut it down.
That's why I'm the king,
He
right
treat
there.
you like you Drake, bro.
What's your go-to? What's your go-to?
I'm go-to.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I am go-to. Actually, we getting ready to release a single I got called "Karaoke Is a Way of Life."
Oh,
Okay. You coordinate.
And yes, but my goal is they tell me over in Japan, karaoke is everywhere, every place,
Absolutely.
So that's my goal is to
You get over
Go
there.
to
get
Japan.
to Japan.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Yeah.
So hopefully by this year, we're planning to go on a cruise. So this is my plan. I'm gonna go on this cruise ship, and they got karaoke on there. So I'm gonna knock that on out the box. Have them to port me in Japan, and then I'm gonna take it from there.
Oh, you got a karaoke bucket list.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Oh, you ain't king. You don't know nothing about that.
I see it's a couple levels. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I show up and just show out.
sitting in the car. And shit.
Yeah, I show up and show out, but I guess there's levels to it. I guess
Right.
That's SoundCloud karaoke, baby.
But it's and at the same time it's a lot of fun, and you meet a lot of interesting people. Music is music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I just when I enter the building or whatever, they know who coming in. They know who coming, and I don't care who they got in there. Like I had one partner, he's like, "Well, man, I bet you can't beat my cousin." I'm like, "Well, who's your cousin?" He like, "Babyface." I say, "Go get him."
Go get him.
I'm gonna run him up out of here singing his own songs. So that part right there. And if you don't feel confident in yourself,
You got to cover the SO.
Nah. You got it?
Who?
no,
Okay.
no, I'm bro, ain't knocking nothing on you.
Absolutely.
But like I say, I am the king, and it just didn't happen yesterday. It's been like this for a while, but I pay my dues, as far as that, and I mean, on any splurge or weekend, you know, you might find me all the way up in Laughlin, you know, or in Pahrump, or
So you on a tour.
out in Indian
tour.
Springs,
You
right?
serious.
Right. I'm serious about that. yes, you know. But it's something I love doing, and just like all of y'all, music is in y'all. Because if
Yeah,
it
man.
wasn't, you wouldn't be here.
It's a fact.
You know, so that's what it is. I just then made it a life.
Okay.
You know, and
about.
like I say, the single is called Karaoke's Way of Life. And because for a lot of people, it is a way of life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, one of my main karaoke, I ain't gonna say mentor, but person that inspired me, he just passed a year and a half ago.
peace to that brother.
His name Joe the Happy. He was 94 years old.
Wow.
He was 94 years old and
Gone
could
too
get up.
soon.
He could get up and give you 2-3 songs. You know what I'm saying? At 94. So you know, if God say the same, I'm hoping to be like Joe the Hat.
I ain't mad at
That's
that.
what's
I
up.
ain't
That
mad at
part
at
right
all,
there.
Yeah.
So for the people who don't know, who are you?
I am Michael Finley Sr. Born and raised in Las Vegas. You know, this is my home.
In a trailer.
Born in a trailer. In a trailer. 712 West Orange, actually.
West Side.
Actually, it's right where Bell's Market is. Right where Bell's Market, it used to be a trailer park right there.
Oh wow.
And where the building is, what was it called? Not the VFW, the other one.
The Post?
No, that other one that they had right there where Bell's were, you know. And anyway, the name of that building. But that's what 712 West Orange was. So it was a trailer
Oh,
court
okay.
there. And
I
that's what.
remember it being the Post.
That's well.
Ain't the
That's
Post
what,
no more?
no, the post still there.
The post,
Yeah.
Post
But
living there.
I was born there. Went to school, you know, elementary school on the west side. Attended Matt Kelly school. You know, played sports. I ain't just played sports. I was the best. No,
Tell 'em.
I was the best.
Talk to 'em.
You know about I mean, a lot of that came up with me. Rest in peace. Stretch Washington and all of those guys. I come up with them, but I taught them the game. You know, they learned from me. You know, I was kind of ahead of my time in that. I'm talking about football, baseball, basketball. Actually, I played baseball 3 seasons. I was the only one to bat 1,000 for the season. I mean, every time I got up, I got a hit. I struck out of 3 seasons. I struck out 1 time at the plate, only once. You know, so you know, but that was just God talent and everything. But moving along. You know, I was in the streets as well. My mother and father separated and divorced when I was 8.5 years old. So I had 2 places to go. I tell my mom I'm going to my daddy. Tell my daddy I'm going to my mom. And I was in the streets. You know, I became that. But out there being in the streets, you know, you're going to get a name. You're going to get a rep. By the time I was 12 years old, I had a reputation. 13.
What was your rep?
My rep,
I get
don't bother him. Right there, that was the
Don't play
rep
with
right
him.
there. Don't. He ain't playing. He ain't playing even back in them days. Well, see, I had 7 sisters, and I
You
knew
the youngest?
I'm the youngest boy. I was the youngest son, so I knew my job was to protect my sisters. You know, I knew that automatic. So when it's like that, you got to put on double. You know what I'm saying? You know, because my sister was older than me. You know, I remember I was in 3rd grade one time. When I was in the 3rd, it was this guy Henry. He was in the 6th grade. He was the bully. They had just opened up this school, CVT Gilbert Elementary
Some
School.
history. Got some history.
It was brand new. So we moved over there. My mom and dad separated and divorced, so we had to move over in Delmonico because I was living on J Street across from Sherman Gardens. And my dad kept that house, so we had to move out. So we moved over there. They opened a new school, so I had to leave Matt Kelly to go over there. Well, every day we walking home, this dude, Big Henry, Black Henry, that's what we called him. He was a bullying everybody, you know, and I'm going on. So it's one particular day, got into it with my sister. It's different now, you know what I'm saying? Now, I had a brother that was older than me who was in the 6th grade as well, but you know, he ain't had that fire in him. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I ain't really care about Henry because he hadn't bothered. But this one particular day, he slapped my sister. You know, and I mean, he's standing this much taller than me. But now I walked up on him. So then they hadn't completed those carry-on apartments yet. So it was like it was about mounds of sand out there. And so I walked up on him and he pushed me down. And when he pushed me, you know, everybody started laughing. But when I stood up, I had 2 fists of sand in my hand. And when I threw that jab, that sand caught him in the eye. And it was history. I took him down through there. I'm in the 3rd grade, he in the 6th. So on the way to school the next morning, everybody coming. Who they coming to see? Oh man, that's Michael Finley right there. He the one who beat up Black Henry. That's him right there, right? Well, there go the rep. The rep started right then. The rep started.
3rd grade.
The rep, 3rd grade, the rep started. And then I ended up going back to Matt Kelly. And, well, I left out one big thing. My daddy used to drink Ripple. You know, his wine.
He wasn't fucking around.
His wine, well, shit, me, it's like this here. I'm just keeping it real.
You was drinking in 3rd grade?
In the 2nd grade, I started. I would drink a bottle of Ripple down there every day. In the 2nd grade, head down on the desk. Teacher, I smell wine up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm drunk as drunk. No, it's real talk. Well, I drank my first 6-pack at 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
You know, I always
What's
kicked
going
it.
on?
I kicked it with.
Where was Department of Child Protective Services?
Well, there wasn't no such thing as that then,
That
and you
is
know
crazy.
that. Well, what it was, see, I always sang and danced all my life, ever since I can remember living. So when the grown people would have parties, they called me in for the entertainment. So with them, with being in there, they would be drinking and everything. So with it sitting around, I'd pick it up. One day, my aunt caught me drinking a beer. She said, Gert, this boy drinking this beer. My mama, they buzzing. I ought to make you drink a whole 6-pack. I can drink a 6-pack. And now, that was abuse, because they sat there and watched me drink that whole 6-pack. And at that time, believe it or not, I acquired a taste for alcohol. You know, so every time I got a chance, a shot at it, I would drink. And so when my mom and dad separated and divorced, okay, my dad, back then, he had a little refrigerator in his closet full of Ripple. So I drank me a bottle before I went to school.
That is
and
crazy.
everything. But mind you, though, at the same time, my grades was,
Where the fuck do you buy Ripple at?
They don't sell it no more.
I don't think they sell it
They stopped
anymore.
selling it.
This was way back in the day.
But guess what? I ain't had a drink in 25 years now.
that's dope.
So,
Congratulations.
God is
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Salute.
God is
Salute.
good. You know, I started early, like I say, but anyway, by the time I was 14, my parents were saying I wasn't going to live to be 15 and 16.
Give us the years. Like, what is this? The 60s, 70s,
well,
the
no,
80s?
we're talking 72. We're talking 72.
Okay.
And so we moved from the west side out in Northtown, which is a place called
HollyHood.
HollyHood. That's what this church
Whoa,
is.
man.
Yeah. We
man.
moved out there. It was a whole new territory, but yes, sir.
Okay, so not to interrupt your story, but from what I know of Vegas, for a long time it was separated. Like black people couldn't live off of the west side. What year did they kind of open it up?
Okay, well, they opened it up in really 1969 and 70 when we started kind of
Moving off the west
Yeah,
side.
moving off the west side.
Okay.
Yeah, 69 and 70. A few people, don't get me wrong, it's always been a few but now it's like this here. If they were up on Decatur, if they caught you cross Decatur at a certain, you know, in the 60s, 67, 68, and whatever, if they caught you cross Decatur, I'm talking about white people, oh man, they tried to do something to you. You know, serious. It was, you know, Jimmy Lynch like stuff. You got, you know, we, you know, but you know, we really didn't get off into the racism thing, okay, you know, especially like when we moved down in the hood, because we moved down there, it was all kind of people living there. It was white people, Hispanics, Orientals, you know, all of these people, when we first moved down there, all of these people moved, they lived in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Next door, second from where your grandma and them lived, Mr. Sherman and them lived right there for years, you know. So, you know, but like I say, I was put down and I established my own territory, per se. I'm off the west side. I was forbidden not to go back to the west side, so therefore I had to build my own. See, all of that down there, that hood, HollyHood, that's me.
So it's like Sun Street. Was they still Sun Street and all that?
Sun them now, that came later.
That's all.
Yeah,
What was the street then?
The
I know
streets-
Civic Center, but
Actually, okay, now those apartments right there, we used to call them the blue apartments, the one right next to the
Yeah.
casino. That
Yeah,
was the blue
yeah,
apartment.
yeah.
Okay, that was the only thing that was there, those apartments. The rest were the houses down by it's a school called Lois Craig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miko and all them stayed there.
Right, okay.
Gotcha.
Now, right there, that was the hood. That's the hood right there.
That was like the Tatums.
You
right?
know, the Tatum.
Some of the Tatums stayed over in that area.
They stay in the hood.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Tamar Mimo and Sonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Them, yeah, they're my little brothers, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Cause everybody down there, I raised everybody down there. You know, years. Actually, rest in peace. We just buried
Big Jim.
One of Big Jim and Matthew Holmes.
Yeah,
Machine
man.
Gun Slick.
Yeah.
Just buried him yesterday and everything. But like I say, God chose me to watch over them, to raise that hood. A young guy, Mike Holmes, he described it best. He said it's a tribe called Hood because we were family. We were family down there.
Okay.
And it wasn't about no gang banging. See, the gang banging didn't come in until, okay, the colors came in. They start wearing
80s.
they in 1980, not 80s, in 1980, they started bringing the colors in. Well, like I say, everybody had blue rags. Everybody had blue rags, okay. Ain't no problem. I had one too. You know, everybody got blue rags and everything. So, and like I say, we were just some brothers that lived in the same neighborhood. Yeah. You know, and like I said, I was down there to teach them and to guide them and make sure they didn't get into no trouble. But it was a bunch of tough little guys. I don't know if you know anything about the Lockharts. Curtis Lockhart and Dennis Lockhart and Sullivan Lockhart. These all boys. Now they didn't have no sisters. It was all boys, and they was some tough little fellas, and so they took to me and everything. But this one particular day, we used to go up on the west side, a little place called House of Leisure, and they didn't sell Old English beers in the stores.
House of Leisure,
at the
what was
time.
this at?
Right next door to the Post.
Oh wow. Okay.
You got the Post, and then right next to it was a little old bitty building right there, kind of connected to it.
Not too far from Berkeley.
Right, across the street from Berkeley.
Gotcha.
Right there. So so one particular day, it was a cat in there, which I was going to get my Old English in because I was, doing my thing, you know. My thing was different from other people's thing, you know. So
How old was you at this time?
at that time, I was
15, 16?
I was 23 years
23.
old.
Okay.
I was 23 years old, and so now, mind you, my homies, they 18, 17, and 18 years old. So like I say, it's I gotta watch over them.
Yeah.
I'm already an adult. So as far as gang banging, I was never out there banging. Like I would tell them, look, man, y'all go anywhere you want to, but don't be set tripping wherever you go. But if it get too big where y'all can't handle it, come get me.
Yeah.
Because they know if they came and got me, I'm finna regulate. That's what I've been doing all my life.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and a few times, but this one particular day, so Sullivan, he would come, rest in peace. He said, hey, Finn, that dude who said he saw anybody with a red rag, he gonna knock him out. He in there. I was like, man, look, man, because I'm trying to do my thing. I'm trying to, got my Old English. They were selling them $1 a can. So I had my 2 Old English.
That sounds expensive
So
back then.
anyway, I drank, so next day, and then you got the guys from PBs, which they wasn't called no PBs yet, but they were from the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Ricky Cooper and Mark and Danny Boy and them, they were up there too, because it's right across the street from that place. So, and that, like I say, everybody had blue rags, everybody getting along. And then when he say, so the next day we went up there, we stopped at the 7-Eleven, because I drove, and it's amazing, they got this, who was that singing a song about 69 Dodge? You better run if you see the 69 Dodge. It's a song on the radio right now, but that's what I drove, a 69 Dodge truck.
69 God.
69 Dodge truck.
He's going 69 Dodge truck. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
69 God.
Well, we talking about the 69 Dodge, because when they saw that truck coming,
Nah, dog.
I was like, wait, what's going on? But I got you. I was like, hold on, what song is that?
Okay.
But anyway, no. But we pull up and I got like 12, 13 was on the back of this truck. So we pull up. We go in 7-Eleven. I tell them, I said, go in there and take all the red rags. So they went in and took all the red rags.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they tied them on and put them in their back pocket. I'm like, no, it ain't time yet. It ain't time. Y'all know when it's time. So anyway, we pull up and I'm finna do my routine, getting ready to light my silver bullet. And
What's the silver bullet?
man, silver bullet was that silver bullet, man.
You gotta
Sir?
specify that because silver bullet's something different nowadays.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah. It came.
Oh, shit.
It came in aluminum pack. You know.
okay.
So we
So you called it the silver bullet.
silver bullet.
Silver
Oh,
bullet's
this
totally
new-
different now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway, but now I'm getting ready. So they come in there. Finn, that nigga in there. I say, so I get in there, and lo and behold, it's this big old tall nigga. Now they say his name was Arab. Supposed to have been from a clique called the OGs.
Okay.
Which end up, I don't know where they was from, you know. So I went off. I tied my rag around my hand.
Yeah.
Stuck my hand in my pocket, and he stood at least about 6'3", 6'4", you know. And I walked up. I said, "Hey, man, ain't you the one who said you saw somebody with a red rag, you gonna knock him out?" Hell yeah. Boop. I put him to sleep. And that's when we pulled them rags out. And when we pulled them red rags out, there's all the guys from the Jets, Ricky Cooper and them, they took off running. And when they came back, what color was their rag? It better be.
So you created
That's right.
hoods.
I changed it.
What made you choose the color red?
Because that nigga said if he saw anybody with a blue rag,
If you seen
with
anybody
a
with
red rag, everybody had blue rags.
Wow.
Even the girls?
Everybody had blue rags.
Okay.
So until that moment, it was basically all blue.
Red rags
what
didn't
changed it.
exist. You know, and if he hadn't said what he said, shit, we probably would have still had blue rags. That's the only reason I did it, because he dared somebody to win.
So back in your day, from your experience, because from my understanding, the Gersons were here. The Gersons were the first
The first what?
gang.
gang.
If they
They was the ace of spades or something.
if
Right?
they want to be, I mean, what I'm saying is, if they want to be the first gang, they could be. But now it's like this here. I mean, as far as gang-wise, the first gang that I know of was the GQs. They call themselves a gang.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and even at, like, I guess once we picked up that red rag, that gang associated us. So now whoever had the blue rags first was the first gang. But I know who had the red rags first, and that was me and mine. You know, but the first night, I'm gonna tell y'all the first night this word hood was birthed. Now I tell people it's like this here. Everybody getting paid off of this word hood and all this and that. That shit came from here. We was the first one to holler. Man, in 1981, I wrote the song "We Be Doing It in the Hood." You can't find nowhere else documented where a song that was written about the hood was done. Ben wrote that shit. You know, HollyHood. I wrote that. I was the first one to write about this Christmas in the hood, which ain't nobody heard it yet. But I wrote all this shit back in the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this here, the night that word was birthed, it wasn't even about no brothers. It was, my rest in peace, Matthew Holmes came to me, and because now, right in front of you, people tell you, my Cadillac, I had a Fleetwood Cadillac, where it had stopped running, but it was parked in front of the house. We called it the Carla Street Motel, because there was a lot of kids conceived in the back of that Cadillac. No, it was like, you know.
Let me ask your pops.
Yeah. Ask your pops. He'll tell you. Ask your Aunt Vivian. She'll tell you. You know, I'm just saying. It was called a Carla Street Motel. I'm laying on top of it one night. It's kind of raining. Matthew Holmes come to me. You know how he stutter. Hey, big bro. You remember Richie Lee?
I had another man.
You know. And anyway, Richard Lee and them had moved from over by Vandermeer and moved over by Lincoln.
Okay.
Lincoln Elementary. Well, where they moved at, bunch of racist white people was over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And they spray painted all on their house. Get out the neighborhood, niggers, and all this and that.
So right across Cheyenne,
Right there.
Right where Lincoln.
Where Lincoln, right.
Well,
there
Berg.
on Berg. And actually, they lived right on Berg, the ones who did it. And right on Berg. So Slick came and got me, and Richard Lee was right there. I said, all right. So I said, come on, y'all, let's go. I don't know if you know Big T, Paul Henderson, Day and Barry now. Anyway, Paul was big like you. Big,
Yeah.
Big crazy as a mother,
know you big, man.
So we, I ain't, man, I ain't calling you big. I'm just saying you big. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part. Anyway, Paul walks up. Yeah. No, wait, it's a compliment. No,
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay,
I'm
right
like
on.
them two. I know what they on.
No, but, I ain't on that. I'm just no. But anyway,
Rotan.
man, y'all crazy.
We came out some of the toddler sections in our 40s and shit.
But anyway, listen, let me finish this part.
All right, go ahead.
Paul picks up a big garbage can. Back then we had them 10 garbage cans, and ran it, boom, through their window, their living room window, right? And so shit, them white boys, they came out cracking on us, crack. And so we took off running, but now we didn't want to run back to where we lived.
Cracking and shooting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I hollered, to the hood. So we start jogging, hood. This the night, that's where that word, that's where it come from right there. And I'm going to tell you how I made it to L.A. It's real shit. So by the time
I like when we talk about L.A. Let's go.
by the time
niggas.
by the time we get to this brick wall, my friend, rest in peace. A lot of them gonna be when I talk rest in peace, because like I'm almost like one of the last soldiers that's standing. As far as my homies, my age. And he said, Holly, and then he said, say hood. I said hood. He said HollyHood. So we said that. I said, man, why you saying HollyHood? He said, nigga, you talking about you going to Hollywood, this close as you gonna get right here. So that was the night that it was birthed. But we jumped that wall and we was saying HollyHood. We studied jogging. Now, Carl Lomax and they lived on Vandermeer. So a few of them guys jumped in and so then we came down, crossed the desert where the tennis courts is, where the community college, and we came down through Blake Street. And when I left in front of my mom's house, it was like 12 or 13 of us.
So them 60s movies, like,
Yeah.
them 60 movies are, will y'all like,
Accurate.
really be running everywhere?
Man, yeah. I mean, I told you what.
Yeah, y'all was doing some, this is y'all some moving. This is y'all doing some running.
I told you the car had turned into a motel by now, my Fleetwood.
Yeah.
So but anyway, by the time we made it back in front of my mom's house, it was like 60 of us.
Oh, wow.
It was, because we picked up people along the way. Whoever saw us jogging, and then they gonna follow me anyway. Yeah. And then we went back over there, and we just regulated. It's like this here. The next day, the 3 houses we destroyed, all of them was gone. So that we took care of that problem. In the meantime, between time, we hadn't even, and then when that happened, we hadn't even been into no gang war. The next night, Carl Lomax came, and he said, man, these dudes at the skating rink, they had jumped him or whatever. So we had to go to the west side, and we regulated.
This is skating rink on Rancho.
That was the first. No,
Was it still on Rancho or is it another skating rink?
no, it was out. It was out on Merlin Parkway in the commercial center.
Oh, right there, like Sahara.
Yeah,
I heard that was a skating rink back in the day.
Right. Where the
It's still
green door
there,
at?
but
Yeah.
in that area.
Yeah, it used to be a skating rink over there.
They still got a skating rink.
Is it still there?
Nobody go there.
Okay.
That's where Usher had his birthday party, I think, maybe.
No, Usher had his on Boulder Highway.
Or
Usher
Chris
had his
Brown.
on Boulder Highway.
Somebody had one over there.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's still there. But
It's still there, but I don't think it's no skates going on. But the building is still there.
But that was the first night that we really actually went against black people, because we went over there and man, we destroyed them. Nobody got shot or killed or nothing, because like
Just
I say,
fighting.
we was good with our hands down there in that hood. Like I say, them Lockhart brothers, man, and man, they and Matthew Holmes, and I mean, man, I put them youngsters up against anybody. But anyway, it escalated. It ended up being, shooting and everything. The first gang war shootout we had was the Gerson. Yeah, it was.
So, okay, so going back, you got the GQs, you got the Ace of Spades.
Right.
GQs are what turned into
GQs is what turned into Donna.
Okay.
The Ace of Spades is what turned into Gerson.
Right.
The OGs was that like, what was that?
I don't know.
Because the story I've always heard your story,
Right.
but I remember hearing it from Dre Hood,
Right.
and he was saying like these were like some Cali cats that was trying to come here and change something, and then, but Dre Hood at the time was like what 14, 15.
Right. Dre Hood was actually the night when we marched on them white boys. Dre Hood was the youngest one.
Yeah,
He was the youngest one that went, But like I say, as far as who was who and who, I ain't give a damn about nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really did. I know my thing was, this is the hood, and we gonna protect this.
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody finna come over here and do nothing. And tell me they won. No, you ain't finna come over here and win. And we used to play sports against others, neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You can't come in the hood and get nothing. You finna lose. You come over here, and it was like that. But when Dre Hood, when he marched with us that night, I knew he was a real soldier. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was a real soldier. Like I say, the Lockhart brothers. But the first night against the Gerson, like I say, I was over to my lady's house. Y'all know Mike Elliott? Everybody know Mike Elliott, right?
I know the name.
Mike, he got Vegas ringtone. Mike Elliott, vague ringtone.
Has anybody ever really
I
heard
remember that.
Heard what?
it? Vague ringtone.
What, heard the ringtone?
Yeah.
I don't, I ain't never heard it.
Oh God.
What it sound like. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I know he's talking about.
Anyway, so Mike, I was dating his sister. I was over to their house. And then they say, hey, man, the Gerson, I get a call. And they say, man, the Gerson came through here and shot the neighborhood, shot up the neighborhood. But it was something that happened. Greg Jolly, rest in peace, they had a basketball game at the prison. And
How the fuck a prison basketball game turned into a?
well, they went up to the prison to play. Now
We
they
got
You
Gerson
can
ball
really
from.
go up to the prison.
and play, right? Yeah. And so Guy Porter, I don't know if you heard of that name. Guy was king of the Gerson.
Yeah.
Guy ran the Gerson. Okay. So anyway, when they came back, made it back to Doolittle, Guy and them was going to jump Greg and Bill Thomas, who lived in the hood. So they stole Guy's Monte Carlo just to get back home and drove it in the hood and ran into a brick wall and all this and that. I ain't see all of that there. I was, but like I say, shit, I was too old for, gang banging and all that,
Yeah.
whatever. So anyway, man, when I make it to the hood, now I've been knowing Guy since I was 8 years old. We grew up together. And police was there, and this guy was standing there, and he was like, man, that's out of line, this and that. So Dre Hood brother, Tip, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Tip walked up. He said, man, that's out of line what they did. I said, what? To Guy. I said, Guy who? Guy Porter. Where he at? That's him. Ooh. Guy Porter didn't look like Guy Porter. Oh, I'm just keeping it real. He's Mike, man, you know who he was. Man, Guy was all messed up. And he said, it's your partner, the one who drive the blue Chevy with the 4-door Chevy, the 6'4" Chevy. Oh, well, I know that was machine gun slick. So anyway, so I was like, okay, Slick, what happened? He said, big bro, you said to protect our hood. And when he jumped out, and I told him, nigga, you in the hood. And he said, fuck the hood. Shouldn't have said that. You wrong place, wrong time. So basically, like I say, I was just down for protecting what was ours,
Yeah.
And can't nobody be mad at that right there. But they came through. They came back through, and a friend of mine, G. Wayne, which is my god brother,
Shout out G Wayne.
You know G Wayne?
I know everybody you name it right.
Well, that's my godson. G
Okay.
Wayne, he born on my birthday. Well, his dad and me, you know,
Yeah.
best friends, man. And when they came through, man, don't you know, a bullet missed G Wayne by like that. Almost, it would have taken him out. Went through Jimmy's car, went through his dad's car, shot his car. So anyway, the shit went on. We go back over there, and we shoot them up, right? Wow. Somebody got hit in the leg. Nobody did. So finally, it was like, okay, this shit done went far enough, you know.
Oh, I'm glad y'all tried to stop it that soon.
I say this done went far enough. So when Saturday came, me and Jimmy, cause we rode the west side. We used to ride the west side, listen, play the music, smoke weed, and whatever, holler. So I told him, I said, man, pull up to Doolittle, you know, cause that's where we from.
Yeah.
You know, pull up to Doolittle. And man, these niggas, I said, fuck these niggas. We was strapped. I said, but I'm not going up here for that. So we pull up, I get out the car. And when I get out the car, one of them niggas seen me. They ran in Doolittle, and then everybody came out. You know what I'm saying? Even my nephew Steve Finley, because him and Guy was like this. We always like this. Like I say, we grew up on the west side, so we knew one another. And so they like, man, what's happening? I say, look, man. I say, y'all, this done went far enough. I say, Square's son almost got shot. I say, look, right here, you can see where the bullet creased through the side of his car, and his son was in the back seat. I say, man. And it was some dude, I didn't even know him. He was somebody's cousin visiting, you know, and he was like, man, who the fuck you? We'll whoop your ass. I ain't have to move. They stomped him. They stomped his ass, the motherfuckers he was in there. So, as far as the OGs, we called it a truce.
Okay.
The youngsters.
So when you go
Your
to
uncle. Wicked Wild.
yeah,
That was, you know, he was in Brady, Wells, and B-Boy, and they was, man, rest in peace. They was on a whole different level. So they kept it cranked up. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They kept it cranked up, and where it is now, it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because they don't have no general.
So coming from, like, you start HollyHood, and then you got, like, what's the name changes? Because you go from HollyHood to by the time I'm there, we Husband Gangsta Bloods.
Okay.
We 004 Hoods,
Right,
like we shorten that down.
Right.
So how do all of that come up? Like I know B-Boy then was on Blake. I know where the Tatums was at. Like it was, you know, different people from the sections that they stayed in. The houses and then the apartments was different for us. Like we stayed in the
You was
jungles,
in apartment?
the
Oh, you
jungles
live
and
in the
stuff like
jungle?
that.
Right. So you knew T Nutty.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. T Nutty was a different breed too.
Yeah.
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 So how do that start to happen? Where y'all start to change the name and then it seemed like cliques of the gang starts to happen.
Well, what happened now? In HollyHood, it was only we had two cliques. It was,
Okay.
It was Mac and Gangsters
Okay.
and Children of the Night. Okay.
Okay.
I was a Mac and Gangster, of course. You know.
Like got all them kids.
You know, but Children of the Night,
It was crazy.
they was crazy. They was crazy. And no, serious.
Yeah.
That was the crazy, you know, and a lot of them little cliques that you talking about came from Children of the Night. You know.
Yeah, because it comes in the jungle, then you got the Nutty Boys,
You're
and
right.
you got so much other stuff ends up happening. And then y'all, like you said, you was in the 70s, 80s.
Right.
Vegas, the way you describing Vegas is not what we
that's where I'm
from Vegas.
When
like
I'm going back and I'm like across the street. You said that was racist, you know? I'm
like-
looking back on it. And,
Yeah.
Damn.
we not visualizing it like
right,
that.
right.
Like you saying white people stay by Lincoln, and we was like white folks stay by Lincoln.
Yeah, they did.
I never.
I went to Willie, and I went to school with all kind of kids. It wasn't just black kids over there.
I went to Willie too. It was a bunch of us too, but they was coming from different areas. Like when you go to Willie, that's Alexander. Them houses was different down there by Timberlake and all them. Them houses was like that's not.
See, I'm a few years younger.
We talking Lincoln.
I'm a few years younger than
Lincoln.
him.
Okay.
I've never seen a white person over there.
Right.
It's either black or Hispanic. That was it. It was
Right.
no.
No, white people.
What? You lived all in Northtown.
And on Lincoln,
Yeah,
Oh, Lincoln is that?
I went to Lincoln too.
You know the area isn't that?
I went to Lincoln. It was white people
Never
at
seen a
Lincoln.
white person over here.
Yeah, it was. That's what they live.
And racist white people. Like how would they even know all that? Even think of that?
Vegas is called Mississippi of the West.
That's
and like,
right.
And if you look at the architecture style of a lot of them houses, like them older houses, that look like the South to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Them houses look like houses I would see in the South when I go home.
Right.
Stop saying that.
Cause don't do that.
No, but seriously, it's called the Mississippi of the West, and I'm gonna make a statement, and I'm just keeping it 100.
No,
it's
man,
like
we,
this here.
Yeah.
It's like this here. I don't condone gang violence, black on black. You know,
Right.
It's something that I've never been for. Like I say, but what's got to be done, got to be done. But I'm gonna tell y'all, young brothers, this here. If it wasn't for the Crips and Bloods here in Las Vegas, man, and white people will have, it'll be the Mississippi. It will be Mississippi.
Yeah.
See, this is the only thing that keeps them halfway honest, because they know we can get off if we need to get off.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So-
not like down south, you know. You gonna hoop, they do a little hooping and hollering, and then they ride them, and people come out with them sheets on, with them things on their head.
The whole South scared.
And what you say, the whole South scared?
Whole South scared.
It don't happen. Like I remember they tried to form that shit out here. The KKK, they passing out pamphlets and everything. Join the KKK, and we caught one of them over there by Lord Craig. You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a long night for him. That sound like a long night.
It was all night for him. Shit. Wasn't no more nights for him.
Yeah, it sound like a long night.
That
for him.
ended there. Right there. Now y'all come get him.
Question.
No, serious. And if it wasn't for the Crips and Bloods here, them white folks would have their foot on our neck just like it is in Mississippi. They don't call it Mississippi of the West for nothing.
Right.
You know, it's braces. And I grew up here in the 60s. And man, I mean, racism, I seen it all. When I played baseball, because I didn't want to play.
You got to be like the only black kid playing
I
baseball,
was the
right?
only one on my team in that league. In that league on my team, I was the only black. And so I had to be 3 times, 4 times, 5 times better than them. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I used to be drunk out there and still, you know what I'm saying? No, keeping it real, shit. And still, I ain't missed the ball or what made a few wild throws, errors or whatever. But well, shit, I caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't strike me out at the plate. That part right there. But I get ready to get in the car because the coach coming to pick me up, and the white boys, chocolate smeared all over the seat. You know, I had to deal with all that there. But, you know, that all type of stuff. So growing up here in Vegas, man, it was real racist, and it still is now. It's just that they covers it up.
Yep.
You know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, like I say, moving down to the hood, down to Northtown, that was like one of the best things that could have happened for me because that, like I say, that was my own territory. I mean, even when guys from older OG guys older than me, you know, they wanted to, you know, set up they traps, you know, and stuff. They had to come and ask me if it was all right, you know, what y'all selling. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't allow for no sherm, no water. That was the only thing. That was the only thing I didn't allow.
But you smoked
to be
water.
Oh yeah, I smoked it, but I didn't want it sold down there because, I mean, what it did, I could handle it.
Yeah.
But I knew they couldn't. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, my friend, my good homie Curtis Lockhart. Curtis a little crazy in the head right now.
Yeah.
He smoked it one time. One time he smoked. I'm like, no, y'all ain't selling that shit down here.
That's embalming fluid, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's animal tranquilizer with embalming fluids.
Animal tranquilizer.
So
with
it's
vomit
finna
fluid.
take
It's
you
crazy.
there. You know, it's gonna take you there and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But that was my thing.
That's all.
Back then, do you think a lot of people did SHRM as like a coping mechanism to take away the pain for everything that they was going through or witness and experience? So instead of seeking therapy, they just kind of, you know, drown their thoughts into like doing drugs and alcohol hard?
Well, actually, yeah, I would say so because it's a mind thing, and when you did it, you could escape reality, and that's basically what it was to escape reality, what was really going on, you know. like I say, I did it, and I liked it. You know, it's called your DOC, drug of choice.
Yeah.
And that was my drug of choice. Now, don't get me wrong, I've tutored a little cocaine, you know, along the
How
way.
was that? How was that?
How was that?
I've never done any drugs.
Okay.
Tell
Now,
me
But I do plan on doing cocaine once before I die.
okay, well, the only thing it is.
At my retirement party, I'm definitely-
What?
I'm snorting a line off
Man,
the
don't do
titty.
that there. But the only thing as far with me and cocaine, it affected my vocal cords, and I love to
okay.
sing.
Because COVID already came through here and took the good parts out.
know.
So I'm just, I ain't tripping about that part.
You know, that's why I mean, other than that, far as the high, okay, the high was mellow, you know.
Okay.
But I can't say it because I didn't do much of it. Once I hit that PCP, I knew that's where I wanted to be. You know, I knew, and
Yeah, you know me.
You know.
PCP.
what you know about that?
About that. Nothing about that.
What you know about
I was
that?
talking. I was
No, serious.
What about what?
Well, you know me, PCP.
You got a song like that?
It's called Shermanella, man. I wrote that back in.
Oh wow,
No, man.
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the.
Well, shout out to me. See,
those
look.
are the first lyrics in the word Shermanella right there.
Really?
You know me, PCP.
Wow.
And
That's
I'm
crazy.
I
as
had never
tough
heard that.
as
That's
tough
crazy.
can be, and I'm gonna get you each and every time.
That is
Man.
crazy.
Wow, man. Shout out.
Sounds
But,
kind of hard.
Yeah.
Only people I heard do a Sherm song is Daz Dillinger
low-key
And
free.
Jay
Corrupt.
Felony.
No, I
and
did.
Jail Felony.
Yeah, I did Sherman.
Oh, Mac 10.
I did Shermanella in '81.
So,
Damn.
so,
Brother
so going back, you had all the blue flags, and you brought in the red ones.
Yes.
Where did the other flags come in? Is it when everybody just started
Yeah,
picking and choosing
Gerson
their own
Green and
flag?
all that.
I guess. You know, like I say, I wasn't no gang banger. So all I knew at that time when I chose that red, this is the flag we gonna fly right here. You know, all them other little, like I say, them other little cliques and stuff. Man, being honest, I am a little big dudes. You know, now that's 16, 17 years old. You know, they run up on me, say, "Hey, big homie, man." You know, and I don't know them kids from a can of paint. You know, but I try to give them good advice. You know, I look here, man. Y'all be careful out here. You know, but stand up for what you believe in. You know, and that's all I can tell them. You know, I can't tell them, look, man, y'all shouldn't be out here doing this here, and y'all need to put these rags down, cause now, other than the day, and out of respect for my wife, usually it's in my back pocket. I'm talking about right now, today.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the way it is. You know, sometimes she be looking at me crazy, like, really? Yeah, really. I'm finna put this in. I can have on a three-piece suit. It's stuck in my back pocket. It is what it is. This is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And it's been times I done had to
Flash.
flash it, you know. And it wasn't on no brothers, you know.
Yeah.
You know, white boys, because if they catch you by yourself, they want to try the gang. I'm like, well, this how I'm rolling. I'm finna pull this out. I said, now y'all know y'all don't want me getting on this phone. You know, because if I get on this phone and dial a couple numbers and holler HollyHood, it's gonna be some 004, nigga. Man.
I think it's like you saying that about, because I think when we think of gang banging in every part, it was more to protect your neighborhood, like you said. Like you were mind blowing to let me know there was some racist motherfuckers in Northtown. That is crazy to me. Wow, that is crazy to me,
You see white people in Northtown.
bruh. And their racist is crazy, but it was more so protection of the neighborhood and your people. It wasn't on gang banging.
It really wasn't on gangbang, because at that time we wasn't dealing no drugs up out the hood, because to have no turf war or nothing like that, it wasn't like that, like I say, blam, this is our home and we gonna protect this here, now y'all can go anywhere you want to, just don't go nowhere set tripping. In other words, don't go over here. You got this red rag. You don't go over here where they flying this blue rag and just pull out your red rag. To me, that's set tripping right there, because you can keep your rag in your pocket, and vice versa. Nobody finna come over here. I had this one little fellow came over one time, and he got his blue rag, and I'm like, hey man, you got to get off from over here with that. Si had brought him over there. You know, I don't know if y'all know him. Some little dude named Alan Poe or whatever. You probably heard the name. He's supposed to be tough, one of the tough GQs or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, you come over here, man. Ain't no. So I asked him. I said, hey, man, get out. You got to get from over here or put that rag up. Oh, what you gonna do? You know. I said, man, who is this? You know. So, oh, nigga, you gonna call Curtis, nigga? You can go get. Oh, go get Curtis. This nigga must be somebody. And I can go get Curtis. You can get Curtis. You can get Matthew Holmes. You can get Antonio Hildred. You can get anybody you want to, nigga.
Crazy to hear these names because y'all got so many variations of kids that carry the same name.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I say, oh, well, shit, these are all my top soldiers.
Yeah.
I say, well, I'm going to ask you to leave. And I'm going to ask you, he thought I was going to say one more time. He waiting on me to say one more time. I said, I'm going to ask you, bam, called him Yakax. Sleep for a long time.
How it sound? How it sound when you called him?
Huh? Serious. Gone. I'm talking about, and they had to get water to pour on him, too, because they come off, Finn, you done killed him. I said, oh, well, shit, he shouldn't have been over there with that tripping. No, this some real shit, you know. And I ended up running into him some years later. You know, he had went to the penitentiary. So he get out, he's swole, you know. And me and I was with some more boys, but it was different boys. I don't know if y'all ever heard of any little group called the Pinoy Boys. They were Filipinos.
Yeah, I heard about them.
Yeah, Pinoy Boys. So by this time, I'm living over where they living, and now I'm their big homie.
Where's that, East Side?
No, actually, it was off. Well, where I was living at, you know, was Cheyenne and Rancho, where McDonald's and stuff over there, where the Evergreen Apartments and stuff was there, over there, you know. So it was a bunch of them over there. I just happened to move over there, right? But they wasn't old enough to buy no beer, so they, hey, homie, could you buy some beer? And then they had some good malta, good smoke, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we hooked up. But anyway, shit, these boys was crazy. These little Filipinos, they ain't give a damn, you know what I'm saying? So I'm riding with one of them one night, and we pull up at 7-Eleven on Gowan and Pecos, and lo and behold,
It's crazy.
who out there? Oh boy, and he got his girl with him, and I think she was out there serving, you know, whatever. So he
Wait. Serving
crack. You know?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the others.
Nah.
Today, when I hear that, I'm thinking of the other thing.
Vagina.
Yeah, I'm saying, damn, in front of 7-Eleven.
No.
Selling cracker for 7-Eleven.
Yeah, well.
But then that's damn near turf, right? So you got to get off here, right?
Well, actually, I wasn't living over there then. So whoever allowing this to happen is allowing it to happen. He out here, you know what I'm saying? So hey, I don't know what's going on. I just happened to pull up because
Right.
And so he looks in. He say, man, ain't that Finn? And then I say, yeah. And he said, man, you don't know who I am? And I said, well, not really. When he walked up on me, I knew. I said, yeah, nigga, I knew. 'Cause look, that whole horseshoe was still up under his eye from way back then. I said, yeah, man, I remember you used to run shit. I jumped out the car. I said, nigga, I still run this shit. This my hood, nigga. Now, oh, no, I wasn't saying it like that. Well, how was you saying it? Meantime, 20 times this little old crazy Filipino want me to smoke him, Finn? That type
crazy.
of shit. Man, you want me smoking, Finn? Want me
Calvin
smoking?
Pecos.
And he cocked and ready. You know, that type of shit, you know.
So you said a few times that you wasn't a gangbanger, right?
Wasn't no gangbanger.
So when did it change to just
Protecting.
fighting to just all out shooting?
Oh, well, shit. That changed.
What was breakdancing first? Did y'all ever do that? The breakdancing battles?
Not that I know of.
You're a singer, huh?
I mean,
breaking and shit when they used to.
I remember when they used to. Okay, you know what? They did have breakdancing, but you know, I wasn't no breakdancer.
You was too drunk for that.
You know, I was high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shit. I was high.
No, I was really told that's how they used to get down back in the day.
Yeah, no, because you know Reggie Walker and Tommy and those cats, you know, they used to, man, they used to pop lock.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Now they would do that there, but like you say, when they was doing that, man, I was outside. I was outside doing my thing, and like with my homies, we would go to this place called TGI Friday. Okay, so we finna go up there.
Is this a food spot? Or what is
Well,
this at that
actually,
time?
it was like a club at the time.
TGI Friday.
Yeah, TGI Friday. So, but now, man, I was smart. I'm finna survey everything. I don't just walk off into nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like today, check this out. And it's on everything. I mean, I ain't know you was gonna be here. Okay. SO, I know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, between time, I'm like, damn, I wonder if I should bring you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder if I
Crazy
should
to
bring
still have that
whatever.
mindset.
You know what? Hey, it is what it is.
So
you know,
you have when we was talking, you said you got 9 kids?
yeah.
9 kids. How do it translate towards your children? Like I know you got one child that's from one neighborhood, you got one child that's from the neighborhood, and probably plenty more that's different places. How do that translate like children?
Well,
What's the conversation with them?
The only one. I'm sorry. The only one that really give me my daughter. She lives in Atlanta, and I'm gonna tell you. She said, "Dad," and I'm like, "What?" And she's 48 years old. You know what I'm saying? And this here happened. And this happened. This happened like four years ago. And she's like, "Dad, I didn't know you was who you were." And I said, "Well, what are you talking about?" She said, "Well, my friend, I showed my friend a picture of my brother, you know, Mr. Finley." And she said, "Mr. Finley's your brother?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "That's your daddy's son?" And she said, "Yeah, we got the same dad." And she said, "Do you know who your daddy is?" And I say, "Hold up, baby. So what are you saying?" She said, "She never knew. It's my daughter. This is my daughter." You see what I'm saying? She never knew.
So you kept it away for the most part.
I kept it away. Now, with my sons, I mean, I had no other choice, you know, but to expose them.
Yeah.
Of course, these are my sons, you know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people look at me and say, "Well, man, how are you king of the Bloods and your son Wiz is a 60?
I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it.
Okay, then. Well,
We here now.
you knew where he grew up.
I heard the story, yeah.
You know where he grew up. You know, on Tonopah. Okay, that was his grandma in them house. Now, myself, I didn't want to put that on his life. You know, like my homies, all of their sons are Bloods. You know, when they was baby, I think
From the hood.
If you from the hood, I think they had blood diapers.
No,
they had
for
no
real.
real
No,
shit,
for
real
real.
shit for real. I didn't want to do that to my son. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, but what I told him was, I said, "Okay, son, I know that, you know, you basing yourself from your grandmom's house, but how about if you just don't affiliate yourself with nothing? Because you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You know, I'm already who I am." Because like I told him when he got older, I said, "Man, if I'd have wanted you with red, I'd have painted you red, you know, if that being the case, you know."
Yeah.
So, and that became like a conflict because a lot of my homies, they wanted to put him on. You know, they wanted to see him take off because he was my son.
Yeah, especially
But
being
then
namesake.
I'm letting him hear his music, and he to my cuz and all this and that, and they looking at me like, "Oh, Finn, nigga, I can't fuck with him, man." You know, just keep it 100. You know, like damn, blood, you want us to fuck with this and this nigga hollering cuz? You know, so you know it is what it is. But like I say, he made that choice, and he didn't have to. That's what I'm saying. But when it comes to Crips and Bloods, I got nephews on both sides. You know, Crip City, E-Rock. You know, that's my great nephew. You know, meantime, between time, Bloods like Lil Duke, Kevin Lake. Kevin Lake is my great nephew. You know, so my son didn't have to be neither. That's what I'm saying. but he chose that there. Now,
But you got a younger son that's
yeah,
yeah.
he's straight blood, you know. You know,
We tried to say it, but
man, you know, it is what it is, you know, this, that. I mean, and, you know, I'm just praying for him, you know. Like I said, he lost his mom yesterday, and I'm hoping he can just hold it close. Because now, like say, you heard him rap, and
he hard.
you know, he got it.
He hard.
So you got two that rap? You got two kids that rap?
Well, actually, my third one, the one that's sitting in the penitentiary, you know.
So you got three that rap.
Now, I got three that
Okay,
rap.
let me ask you, how does it feel as you go back to the beginning of an interview and I hear how passionate you are about
Music.
R&B and music, not even necessarily R&B, but singing.
Right.
You got three sons that decided not to do that and to go to rap.
Well, he'll tell you. Weez
can sing.
and that's what I raised him from the time he was,
And still decided to rap.
look, he gonna come to when he was 13, 14, he was down there messing with Bozy and them, with them cats. You know what I'm saying? And then he came to me, to my daddy, I want to be a rapper, crying and shit. I say, man, nigga, come on, man, don't do this to me. You know?
That's not the way to become a rapper.
You know, man, daddy, I want to rap. You know what? I packed his duffel bag. No, this is real. He'll tell you, this real shit. I packed his duffel bag up. I gave him $100. I said, now take your ass on out there and rap. Well, where did he end up living at? At Jam Time Studios, didn't he? That's
you kicked him out.
That's crazy because you're blood and a singer, and he chose to be a Crip and a rapper.
all the way different. You know, really. I mean, him, Michael Ryan, OG Bobby Johnson, my little nephew Terrell. I mean,
God about Terrell.
yeah, man. I mean, I would have them all over, and that's what they did.
Terrell
They-
Terrell sing.
Oh, Terrell
Yeah, he
sing.
folks. He
Terrell,
sing.
man.
I know that.
Yeah, Terrell sing his ass off, man. You know, and that's what I had them doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you was trying to make you like a little Jackson 5.
Yeah, no, serious. And
Is in you.
these cats, they were good. These kids were good until he want to come and talk about he want to be a rapper, you know, and start crying. He had a big ass duffel bag. He was going to Western High School at that time. Had just entered into Western, and I packed his duffel bag and gave him $100 and told him, "Go now, you go rap. Get the hell up out here with that." I was just that mad. Well, and that's all I tell you. He ended up staying up at Jam Time Production. That's where he lived at. And every Friday I would come by, break him off, you know, give him money or whatever. But okay, you go ahead and rap. It broke my heart basically because, like I say, this kid could sing his ass off. You know, he was real good.
Yeah.
You know,
If you could go back, would you do anything differently?
would I do anything differently?
If you could go back,
As far as what?
Just
not kicking him out because he wanted to rap.
No, I'd still kick.
I get why you would ask that, but like if you look at the end result, it worked.
did it?
He wound up in the deal. I mean, he got signed at one point, so he got the goal was accomplished.
The goal was accomplished.
Was it?
It did. I mean, the follow through, however it happened, right?
Yeah. But the goal was to sign again.
The goal was
deal. He signed.
Yeah, he signed, and
got a
then
deal.
and then got the little got the signing bonus money, and then squandered it off. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have to do that there.
That's the follow through part.
I
of what
say,
I'm talking
son,
about.
this is the grinding. This is for grinding right here. Okay, let's do a show over here. Let's do a show over here. Shh. Then they go out and get that Denali. Put 15 TVs in it. I said, what you need with 15 TVs, nigga?
A lot of porn. You gotta watch porn. And
Come on now.
Right about a label.
You can't drive and watch porn. Shit. I mean, really.
I want you to clarify a story for
I'm
me
gonna
that he told me.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree.
He said when he was in elementary school, you sent him to school with a red jumpsuit, and the kids kept picking on him when he
Yeah.
was walking to the pencil sharpener. They hit him in the back of the head. He said he told you about it. You said this is what you're gonna do. You gave him a little wrench.
Yeah.
You told him if they hit you in the head, you find out hit you in the head. When you walk by him, you bop, hit
Right.
him in the back of the head.
Right.
And so they did it again.
Yep.
He walked back to the seat.
Right.
Back, hit him in the back of the head. And it was
Right.
actually They wound up being best friends.
Right.
Rest in peace to Chill, Rossi.
Yes, right.
So it was Rossi.
That's who did it?
That's
Yep.
who did it.
Yep.
So that's a true story.
That's very true story. That's true as true can be.
And they wound up being friends after that.
Yeah, they did.
Rest in peace to Chill.
I gave him a little crescent wrench about that big. I say, now when you see him sitting down, I say, ain't nobody looking. You just walk up behind him, and the top of his head, you hit him hard as you can with that wrench. I said, you ain't gonna have no more problems out of him no more. What'd you say? They end up
best
being
friends,
being
same
best
neighborhood.
friend.
You
Everything.
It's crazy.
how do you deal with getting older?
Oh man.
And when I say that, I mean by just from us talking, you've lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they say the worst part about getting older is you see the people you grew up with
They're gone.
dying.
Right.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I deal with it as like this here. First of all, I thank God, for allowing me to still be here, and then secondly, it's like this here. As you lose, you gain. Just like I've lost a lot of people, I'm gaining right now.
Yeah.
With you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, serious, because life has to go on, and it's heartbreaking, but meantime between, I tell you something, it's like this here. I don't know if anybody experienced it, but the worst experience loss that I had was my mother, and when I lost her, I didn't think I was gonna be able to carry on. I really didn't. I always told myself if my mama died, I was gonna kill myself so they can bury me in the coffin with her, when I was a little kid. But God allowed her to. I was 32 years old when my mom passed, so therefore I'm a man now. So if I can get past that, I can get past anything. Now, I just thank God I haven't experienced losing a child. I think other than losing your mom, that's the worst can happen. But I haven't been down that road either. But as far as experiencing in life and losing, we're going to lose a lot of people. We're going to lose. Y'all, you know what? And I'm going to say this. If y'all continue what y'all doing, stay positive, don't get off into no bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Watch who you around. Make sure some people around that you trust, and and y'all can live a long time. Y'all can live a long time because it's like this here. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you get some kind of illness that, that's untreatable, or something like that, then it's different. But as far as the street life and all of that there, y'all know what's around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Where's your parents from?
My parents from the South.
Arkansas?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Well, my dad was born in Mississippi. When my dad was 8 years old, he lived in Mississippi, and he and his uncle was.
That's what my boy over there think he from.
That's where I'm from.
I think he from Mississippi.
My father's from Mississippi. I just left there 2 weekends ago. My mom's
Okay.
from Louisiana.
He was raised in Las
Born
Vegas.
and
Do,
raised in Vegas.
do you
Okay.
ever say you from Mississippi because your father from Mississippi?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. No.
It's different.
No.
No, because
no,
I would spend my whole summer in Mississippi growing up.
Now, it's like this here. You might hear me say, well, I'm from Louisiana, because, that's what.
Your mama?
Yeah, and my mom,
Okay.
but I don't want no parts of Mississippi. Cause no, and I'm saying this here to say, well, my dad, he was 7, 8 years old, and he and his uncle was hunting, out coon hunting and stuff, and then who out there with him, the Ku Klux Klan. Well, my dad's uncle had to hide him in the bushes, and they caught his uncle, and they hanged him. And my dad had to live with that all his life, and he told me that when I was a kid and everything, and he tried to cut him down, but it was too late. He couldn't get him down and all like that. So I don't like to associate not don't get me wrong, where you from, but I don't want no kind of association with Mississippi because it was bad for my dad. And the thing about it, so when my dad, first thing he did, when moved out here. See, my older 3 siblings, they were born in Louisiana. But the other 7, see, I come from 10, family of 10, and the other 7, we were born here. Well, you could tell my dad was scarred. That scarred my dad because, and scared him because he couldn't look white people in the face. When he talked to him, he dropped his head and he laughed and he, good old boy, hey, And you know, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Me, you know, it was totally different. You know what I'm saying? But my mom told me when I was in 6th grade, because I went to elementary school, you know, on the west side. So it was all black, okay? Now, upon that, I went to Robert O. Gibson Junior High.
Oh.
And my mom told me, she said, all right, now you finna go to school with these white people. She said, now, don't go there fighting them. She said, but if one of them hit you,
Did you say Gibson?
Robert O. Gibson.
White?
Buddy. It was all white.
Y'all need to brush up on y'all Vegas history.
Nigga.
It was basically white. I mean, it was on the white side of
That was
town.
the white side of town.
You know, so
It makes sense now.
know,
And they
what you
started
saying?
busing black kids from the west side to different schools.
right. You know, so we went to Robert O. Gibson.
Was it Gerson's then too?
What? No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the Gerson wasn't no clique called
is what
Gerson,
I'm-
but
this is what I'm
but Herbert Gerson.
what I know.
Herbert Gerson was there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the project.
They weren't a gang,
They bust the Gerson's
as we
kids.
know.
I moved from the Gerson to the hood.
Right.
Okay, I lived in Herbert Gerson projects for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we moved from there to the hood.
So with
and
your
stuff.
one quick question, with your dad being from the South and then having the experience with the white folks, and then you ended up becoming a protector, how did that happen? Like, because well, my dad is the first generation here too, as far as his dad is from the South.
Right.
But my grandfather was one of them, like, don't play with them white folks. So my dad was like the same way, like, don't play with them white folks.
Right.
How did you be like, nah, fuck y'all? Like, how did you become the protector of all these older kids and all that?
Like I said, you know, my mom told me you finna go to school with these white people. She said, I don't want you fighting them. But if one of them hit you or call you a nigga, she said, you better beat their ass. So I went to school
Moms
with
was a
that.
gangster.
I went to school with that attitude. And then one day, this white boy, Timmy Thomas, who should have been in 9th grade, but he was in 7th, and they kept that white boy, and he was big as Jethro, big old white boy, you know. But they kept him there to keep us in line. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
Yes, they did. And my science teacher, he was so racist, Mr. Moots, and he was so racist. See, in them days,
All these names, you used to
That's a
smoke
racist name.
man, didn't I just tell y'all I can go through 500 songs without looking at a word, man? I told you, God is
I
good.
can't remember no names like that.
God is good, you know.
got you.
But he told me he gonna keep me with a mind so I can serve him. So that's why I still
Amen.
got my
Heard
mind.
that. Amen.
You know, but anyway, Timmy Thomas. Now he stood a foot and a half taller than me, and I ain't bother nobody. Now the teacher was so racist. Now in my class, okay, at Robert O. Gibson, you had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. Now, phase 5, that means you're in the smartest of the smartest class.
Okay.
Well, I was one of the smartest. But all my partners, they was in phase 1, phase 2. But I had a sister who was super smart. She was in 9th grade. She signed me up and gave me all phase 5 classes. Well, it was only 2 minorities in that class. It was me and my good friend. He's a full-blooded Cherokee Indian, William Jones. Yeah. We were the only. Man, the teacher was so racist. They had chalkboards that you could roll around back in them days. He would write the lesson on the chalkboard and then turn around to the white people so they can see it. We couldn't even see what our homework was gonna be. But I bust through them and write the homework down. I take it over to Timmy. To William Jones. Here come Timmy Thomas. He walk up. I got my pencil on the desk. He walked up and picked my pencil up. He said, I ought to snap your pencil. I say, man, don't snap my pencil. Come on, put my pencil down. Mr. Moose, Timmy got my pencil. He's sniggling. He snaps it. I say, oh, Lord, he snapped my pencil. But he ain't hit me, and he ain't called me no nigga. You know what I'm saying? I say, hey, man, I'm going to get another pencil. I'm going to sharpen it. And if you snap this pencil, what are you gonna do? You know, like I say, he's standing this tall over me. I say, okay. So I got my pencil, and I sharpened, I set on my desk. And he snapped it. I beat his ass from, look here, look like this here. Now, the doors to the classroom at Robert O. Gibson, if this door open and that door open, you just walk right. I beat his ass out of our classroom into the other classroom, whooped the dog shit out of him. I'm talking about beat him bad, but now I'm scared to death. because he ain't hit me. And he ain't call me no nigga. So by this time, they got to call your parents. Your parents came to the, and my mama, oh God, she ain't play that shit, you know. And she you can tell she was in a hurry because she just threw a wig on any kind of way. It was sideways, and we used to call it the Daniel Boone. When my mama put that Daniel Boone on, that wig, and she didn't allow nobody to bother her kids, right? So when she got up to the school, you know, she, you know, I said, hold on, mama, wait. She said, God damn it, what happened? And I told her what happened, you know. And she said, you should have whooped his ass. So now she got to go in the office and talk to Mr. Goodwin. We used to call him Oreo, you know. Black on the outside, white on the inside, that type, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So he goes off. My mama say, he to my Miss Philly, she say, he already told me what didn't happen, God damn it. And shit, next thing you know, I got to pull my mama up off of him.
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
She reached and grabbed that motherfucker's necktie and wrapped it around her hand. Because my mama was stocky, you know. She was stomped, you know.
Yeah.
Threw his ass down and stomped him out. Shit, it was like that. So, like I say, from then on, you know, I said, you know, these white boys, you know, this and that. But I left Gibson and went to Hyde Park in the 9th grade because they had already put a white hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
They was like, yeah, as soon as Theodore Curtis and them leave, because like my partners was a year older than me, that's going to leave me there by myself, you know, as far as in 9th grade. And they had to what they was going to do to me. So I left and went to the school that I should have went to at first anyway, Hyde Park. See, I went to Gibson because my sister and my brothers and them went there. So I wanted to do family, you know, tradition thing. So I made it over to Hyde Park. And when I made it to Hyde Park, I started my own trend. Let's see who got the hardest knockout punch.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We walk up on them white boys. Boom! If you ain't sleep, you better be sleep. And then I introduced that after the brothers came and masked it off from the Gerson at El Dorado. You know, because the white boys now, they want to get tough because these niggas have messed everything up. Okay, well, let's see who got the hardest knockout punch.
Wait. What do you mean El Dorado?
At El Dorado High School.
El Dorado was racist.
Yeah, they.
White folks in El Dorado?
What?
Yeah, I can see that.
God.
That's the east side. I see
What?
that.
I
see
thought El
that.
Dorado didn't open till 83.
What?
I was told El Dorado didn't open till 83.
74.
74?
First class was 75. First graduating class was 75, 76.
Okay.
No, El Dorado had been open.
Okay.
Same as
Yeah.
Chaparral did.
Yeah, same year Chaparral did.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah, man, it was so racist. I thought they rode horses there to school.
Wow.
Have you work?
Yeah.
I've
You don't see them-
never seen it. Today, I don't see no
What?
white person in that El Dorado.
A lot of
It
mess.
be
It's a lot of
like
messages there,
6
brother.
black people in El Dorado total.
90%, it's 95% Mexican, Hispanic, and
Right.
black.
Ain't no black people go to El Dorado. It's special them.
That's what.
It's still a few. Because like I say, every year,
But white at El Dorado, that's crazy.
every year we go to our
So y'all went to 6th grade centers. Then it went to middle school was 10th through. Wait, what was middle school? Middle school
we
went to 9th.
No,
6 through 9.
And then high school was
No, we went from
7 through 9.
we went from kindergarten to 6, 7 through 9. 7, I say me.
7 through 9.
7 to 9, and then 10 to 12, like that. And then they changed it out. They start having they start bringing
6th grade centers.
6th grade centers, right? They brought in 6th grade centers and stuff, you know, and then middle schools, and then I think high school now, what
9 through 12.
9 through 12. Yeah.
Because before the black high schools was Western, Rancho, Clark, and that was it mostly, right?
High school?
Maybe Valley.
Yeah.
Not even Valley, really.
I mean, blacks went there, but it wasn't no
Majority black.
Yeah, it wasn't majority
So
black.
majority black was just Western and who?
Western
Vegas,
Clark.
look, Vegas first.
Vegas. Okay.
Old Vegas.
Vegas, the old Vegas,
Yeah.
downtown Vegas,
Yeah.
Vegas, Rancho, and them was the main 2 black schools. The main 2 black, because those schools were already here when I got here. I watched them build Clark High School.
Okay.
Clark High and Valley High came in at the same time.
Okay.
You know, those 2 schools were built at the same time. But really, it was Vegas, Rancho, and Western. That's where black people went.
Yeah.
You know, actually, those were really the only schools, basically.
Those
You
was
know,
allowed to go to.
You know, yeah. I mean, like I say, yeah, racism in Vegas is not nothing new. It's been around forever. Like I say, they hide it now. They hide it. But anyway, though, like I say, I just want to get back on Karaoke King. That part right there.
Let's go back to it. Let's go back to
Yeah,
it.
let's go back to that. Like I say, I'm constantly you know, doing shows around town and everything, and when I can. But as soon as we get a release,
So if we do another karaoke show, you coming out? You gonna show us what's going on?
yes, sir.
Don't threaten us with a
We
good
ain't put
time.
one on yet. We ain't put one on
to
in a
put
minute.
one
Our
on,
last
man.
one-
It's about
our last
time.
one was pretty big.
Was
about
it?
time.
And
Right,
hey man, we got some brothers in here that can get down.
right.
They not you though.
Man, no, serious. But I pride myself on that. But but my wife would tell you, it takes work, every day, and she's tired of it, been listening to it for 100 years. But man, I practice every day. I sing every day, and
What got you into music?
I was
Just natural.
ever since
Did your mom or dad or?
ever since I can remember life, I've been singing and dancing.
Okay, wow. So while we're on music and while as a tie into this whole conversation, right? You've been doing street activities for a while.
Yes, sir.
When we have the conversation today, it's the kids are influenced by social media. They're influenced by the music. They're influenced by the media, right? Basically, in totality. How does that argument sound to you? Because you were doing these things before that type of music, or before those type of things were prevalent in everyday media. Like, so how does that argument sound to you when people are trying to place the blame on how kids today are in the streets versus kids in your day being in the streets?
Well, basically, in my days, there were less followers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what you wanted to do or whatever. These kids nowadays, they're all just followers. You know what I'm saying? That's where they are with it. It was less followers. I mean, you knew what was what, and you got to that script and you stuck to that script right there. Nowadays, these kids, they're easy to be influenced on a whole lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's going on. As far as with this and that and that and that. So, but as far as on the music tip though, like I say, music is music. I love all kind of music. Of course, if it got a beat or whatever, if it means something, then got a groove, I can get into it. Now like my youngest son, you heard him rap and all this and that, but you ought to hear him sing.
He can sing?
What?
Hey, you came up with the groups. You came up with the groups. The greatest group of all time.
The greatest.
You came up when groups and singing was
Like Temptations and shit like that?
Yeah.
greatest group of all time.
Jackson 5.
I was about to say Jackson. He gonna say Jackson 5.
Jackson
Man,
5.
talk to him. Wait. Because technically, to me, the Jacksons are an
boy band.
R&B band.
Okay.
So to me, there's a separation between R&B groups and R&B bands.
Yeah, because that's what was around in his day was
He said it
bands.
one-
Everybody was
basically
bands.
one-
But like the Temptations are a group. Nobody
Okay.
plays instruments.
Okay. Well, if you want to put it like that, as far as group, I'd have to say the Temptations.
Okay.
I would have to say the Temptation as far as group, but as far as, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, the Jackson 5, there's only two of them had a guitar, and I think one wasn't even playing it; he was just holding it, But as they were the biggest influence on my life as far as me.
You ain't got New Edition over the Temptation?
What? Come on. But that's y'all era. You know what?
That's not even there.
No, serious. I mean, I'm to my New Edition. Don't get me wrong. New Edition to the Temptation. New Edition can't hold nothing to the Temptation.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, when New Edition came out, they were kind of. I ain't trying to offend nobody. I know it probably
Talk
one of
your shit, talk
your
your
favorite
shit.
group. But when they came out, I took them as a joke. I really did, because they were trying to be what the Jackson 5 were. You know what I'm saying? That's what I saw. I'm like, shit, man. Little kid sounded like Howlin' and the Chipmunk, man. Michael Jackson had vocals, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
So
You know.
is Michael Jackson the greatest of all time?
Is he the? Yes.
Okay. No, look, I need you to look in that direction. And
Yes.
Talk
Michael
to these brothers over there.
I got Mike. What are you talking about?
Michael Jackson is the
definitely
greatest of all time.
I just need somebody else to say.
And I'm gonna tell you something too, because I got a chance to see him live when they did the Victory Tour.
Oh, God damn it.
And so, and I said, you know what? I'm going to see this. You know, I don't care what it costs. I don't care if I had to spend my whole paycheck, because I got to go see if he's as good as they say he is. Now, I had seen the videos and everything and heard his music, grew up singing his songs and everything, but I said, I always thought I was the best. You know what I'm saying? No, just keep it,
real.
just keeping it 100, and let me go and see if he all what they say he is. Shit. Lord have mercy. I never seen nothing like that in my life. So you asking me if he and I've seen, actually, once I saw Michael Jackson, I said, I ain't got to see nobody else. I ain't got to see nobody else. And I'm going to tell you somebody else who I like too, that little kid, Bruno Mars. I like Bruno Mars. You know what I'm saying? I like his, which he got everybody's style. So he coming with everybody's style, Michael Jackson style, soulful, James Brown. He got the whole package. He's the whole package. Now, Chris Brown, man, don't get me wrong. I like they, style or whatever. But this kid, Bruno Mars, as far as right now, he's the best out there. He's the best out there to me. Mel.
I can't be mad at that.
So
Mel.
do you think had you not put so much time and energy in the streets, and you put your time and energy into your true talent, do you believe you would have went?
Oh, for sure. And well, I'm gonna tell you. Look, now that song Shermanella, I was offered. Man, I got sent a whole band down from L.A. and everything to record from Aslan Records. They sent. I went up there and I took my group. My group was Finn and the Funk.
Aslan Records. Why do I know
Finn
that
and the
name?
Funk. I like
Finn and the Funky Dollar Bills.
I ain't mad at
That was
that.
my name. Now, if you know, Finn means $5. You heard of that before,
Yeah.
right? Give me a
Yeah.
Finn, that's $5. Well, I was Finn, and my females was the dollar bills.
It was all women behind
all
you.
women behind me.
Talk to 'em.
And it was Finn and the Funky Dollar Bills. And then we later became Finn and the Freaky Dollar Bills, featuring the Freaky Dancers. No, really, I was on this here, but it was one thing that was in my way, and it was that Shermanella. When we went down to his studio, and I took my group and my guitars and everything, and we stepped into the studio. It was just us. And he said, well, I'm sorry you came all the way down here. He said, I got 5 groups I'm trying to groom right now. He said, but I'll listen to you, And wasn't nobody in the recording room but my group and him and the engineer. And once we cranked that Shermanella up, hey, man, get in here. Man, I need y'all to get in here. The whole studio had filled up. Whole recording room had filled up. And he told me, say, look, here's the deal. He said, I want you. He said, I'll take you. I don't need the group, But I think my son, he kind of got it honest. You know how you say when it's time for him to get down, and if y'all wasn't there, to hold his hand, if this and that, he kind of shied away from it. And I did the same thing because I really didn't feel confident enough
Without the group.
Without the group. I'm just keeping it real, And so what he did, he sent the band down to me. He said, look, I want y'all to go down and work with him, record him, we're going to bring him back. Well, shit, there wasn't no match for that Shermanella. Shit, I think the rehearsal we had, I came in, I was so high. Them cats was like, man, we got to go. We don't know what he on, and this and that. But truly saying, if that had not been in the way, yeah, I would have made it. I was good enough. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start singing when Michael Jackson them came along. Shit, I was singing way before them.
Yeah.
Way before.
Before we end this, the initiation process, right? Because I'm hearing you talk, and what happened on Lincoln Street, you guys were, y'all was jogging and y'all was chanting. Next thing you know, it's 60 people behind you.
Right.
Right. When did the initiation process start including the jumping in?
The jumping in.
And
Actually, I'm gonna say that came about 6 or 7 years after that. So
wow.
yeah, the jumping in, because I heard, that came in with T-Nut in here.
Yeah.
They brought that jumping in stuff in.
It was different.
They brought that in. No, I knew who was with me and who wasn't. So it's like this here. If you're good enough, if you're cool, you can be around me. If you can't, you got to go. Because now, when you say in HollyHood, basically, it was where I lived, and that's where you from. Your family is from HollyHood.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Two questions. When y'all started wearing red rags, was there any conflict with LA and their whole red rag umbrella? And your struggles with alcohol and drugs, what was the process of getting off of those?
Shit, man, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, first of all, to the first question, no, there was no conflict as far as as far as in the hood. If you're blood, you're blood.
Yeah.
Okay, and one thing about hood, we believe bloods didn't fight against bloods. I'm gonna tell you what hooked bloods up here. See, because the first blood set was hood. Then I told you Ricky Cooper and them ran and got their rags, the PBs. So they became this one particular night, we at this place called Third World out there, and them GQs was getting with them PBs. They was taking them down through there. So Matthew, rest in peace, he say, big bro, they whooping them. You want to help them? He say, they bloods. I said, all right, let's go. So we went over there and regulated, and that's how PBs in the hood hooked up like that.
Yeah.
And then Pyru came in. Pyru, my nephew Kevin Kale. Well, naturally, I'm his uncle, so great uncle, so he finna be what I am. And then West Coast was the last one, because West Coast Crips, that's right, West Coast Crips, they held on for the longest, but then when you look at it, you got PBs, you got Pyru, West Coast, the last thing down there, they knew they didn't stand a chance, because they didn't have nowhere else to run. Think about it. They had nowhere to go. West Coast sat right there, and then the next thing was downtown or whatever, so they had to convert. Now, what was the second question? Oh, about my drugs and alcohol. I didn't just stop. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This one particular night, I was 41 years old. I'm still out there. I was still smoking sticks and everything. And we over in Pyru turf over there, and it was late that night, and I had already bought a stick, and the water was good. But I picked him up. So I picked my homie up. Well, my homie picked me up. He said, come on. Well, we went. It was December 17, 1999. So, and I was living on, yes, sir, because that was the last night. And I'm going to tell y'all why. We was living on, I was living off Evans, which was right by Donner Street. But my partner AD lived in the Donners. He lived in there. Anyway, we went over there to get a Christmas tree, a live Christmas tree off H and Owens. AD say, Fan, let's get a stick. I said, man, I already got one. We just get back. Man, well, let's go get them now. So we getting that stick. Like I said, the water's good. Make a long story short, some fools, we had got so shrimmed out, we forgot we was driving. So we, and that milk, I don't know if you know anything about PCP, but if you drink milk, it'll bring the high down. We had brought a high down. Adrian went back to get the car, but then he wanted to get another stick. I'm like, Adrian, come on, man. Well, man, just give me $10. I said, here, nigga, take this $20, but we need to get back. Because at that time, oh, God, the time my wife, to whom I was married to at the time, well, the one who passed yesterday morning, she had to go to work from 12 midnight to 8 in the morning. So I need to get back because I had kids at the house. Well, shit. We go back over there. These niggas tell me we passed a fake $50 bill, and I end up having to fight 15 of them niggas by myself. Real talk. And that was it because, and don't get me wrong, it was just 3 of them at first. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, I was getting off. You know what I'm saying?
Make you strong.
You know what? Yeah, but my timing was off. You know what I'm saying? But now I was getting down though, and I know I was because it was a little homie out there. His partner. His brother said, man, asked my homie, who was that out there with you? Because he got hit across his face Motherfucker hit him across his face with a bicycle crank. Until my pot broke his face in 3 places. Laying down on the ground, I had to scrape him up off the ground. I left him under my own power, but man,
At 41.
I took some, and like I said, it ended up being 15 of them, you know. And from that night on, and then once again, by the time I made it home, I couldn't see her, this, that, and the other. And my wife, she was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" She get on the phone, and she called that dude. And then, man, and next day, and then look up again, there's some niggas at my house. But I couldn't see. Eyes shut. I done got hit. This what made them stop, because I had got hit in this eye. Somebody reach around. See, what you do now, if you fight, main thing you do, especially if it's more than you, first thing you do is put your back to the wall. Yeah. Okay, can't nobody come through this wall. But when you high, you know, I couldn't focus like that. Well, I ended up getting hit in both of my eyes. So I dropped down to one knee. I'm like, I said, hold up, you little motherfuckers, I can't see. Because there was a bunch of little youngsters out there, you know. And then one of my partner, Byron Jackson, his son was one. He said, "Oh, man, we done fucked up. Man, that's Keith Carter and them, big homie from the hood, nigga." And they all took off running. So, but for 3 days, my eyes were shut. I couldn't see shit. They was welded. I mean, couldn't even peel them open. And on that 3rd day, the next day, God opened my eyes. But while my eyes were shut, I could see. And he showed me everything that he had allowed me to do out there all of these years. And he said, it's time to come on in. He said, but you got to promise me, you got to walk away from all of this. And I walked away. So when them niggas made it to the house, they was like, I couldn't see. And I know, man, we gonna get down. No, man, we gonna leave it. Then 2 weeks later, I saw 2 of them in the store in Vaughn's, you know, on the west side, which I don't know what they buy low, whatever they call it. And I caught one of them, you know, run got away. But I hit that little kid so hard. No, serious. Once again.
Right after God talked to you.
Once again. Yep. Once again, he dead. I said, I'm finna go kill this other little motherfucker. And I chased him, and he ended up running into the park across the street from Pyru, that little park. Yeah. And he ran over there with Webbo and them. Well, they like, oh, nah, nigga, don't come over here. We heard what y'all did to big homie. Man, he is. I said, look, check this out.
People too.
I say, now hear this. This to everybody. I say, from here on out, I'm out the game. I say, I'm done. I say, now, y'all might see me tripping, but you never catch me slipping again. And so that was December 17, 1999. That was the last time I had a beer or anything in my system.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that's
crazy.
You know,
to you, man.
We got it. Damn, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
It's when Spence brought up the initiation process, it's crazy for you to speak on all the shit that you did as far as like, cause being from the hood, like we really adopted all of that, right? Like after getting put on, you go do a knockout mission because you got to see if your hands is there.
Right.
Like all that was adopted, and it's crazy that all that came from you. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
That's insane. So I know we got to get up out of here.
Like you say, T Nutty was a different breed.
T Nutty was a different breed. T Nutty was a different breed.
He was a whole different breed.
So
he robbed the Speedway. Look, robbed the Speedway, and then went in there at the table and gambling with their money. I'm like, T Nutty, man, blood, man. I said, oh, okay, all right, you know. And then turned right back around 2 weeks later and went and hit him again. Yeah. And then 3 weeks later, I pull up and they got everything blocked off. And I'm like, what's happening? And nigga say, man, your boy laying out there.
Yeah.
He laying in the middle of the street, man. They hadn't even covered him up.
Yeah.
Hadn't even covered him up, man. That shit hurt me.
He was a different animal.
Man, he was.
I got so many stories.
Ooh, he was a different breed.
Yeah, it's so many.
You want to hear that out?
Plausible deniability. Your Honor, I don't know nothing.
He gone. T-Nutty passed away, man. T-Nutty passed away.
They got him.
Yeah, they killed him.
There, man. They killed him. But shit, just think if he was still been living. Cause he had killed a whole lot of niggas back there. You know.
Yeah, we know.
You know.
I wasn't gonna speak on the.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Man. Hey,
you know.
So,
you know.
So before we get up out of here, like, what's your message now to the? Because it's still there's still new cliques being made. There's still, and you're one of the pioneers in Vegas. Like, what's your message even to your kids, like what's your message to them to try to change it a little bit?
Well, like I was telling my wife, you're gonna be from one or the other. Somehow you're gonna be associated with one side or the other side. When I'm saying that, I mean as far as Crips and Bloods. Yep. That don't mean that you per se have to be a gangbanger, but if your cousin a gangbanger, you know,
automatically,
you know what I'm saying, and you hanging with your cousin,
yeah,
you know. So the thing it is first thing first. If you're in school, stay in school, get your education, you know, and see where that takes you. But if we talking about the streets, the only thing I can basically say is whoever you with, you know, you stay loyal to yourself. You stay loyal to yourself. I mean, you rolling with them, but if you know this shit ain't right, what they about to go do?
That's some real shit.
You know it ain't right. Then you got to break off from that there. Absolutely. Because your path is your path. Mm-hmm. On this earth, we all got our own path. Now, what you guys doing together is cool. And y'all going down this path. But if this here leads you over here, then that's the path you got to take.
Right.
And you can't tell him, man, don't go over there because that's his path, and vice versa. You know, and just stay true. Whatever you do, stay true to it, you know, and stay like I say, you know, I don't gang bang or whatever, but if somebody asks me, am I a blood or whatever, where I'm from, I'm going to tell them where I'm from. I'm staying true to who I am. Regardless, whatever the consequence is, I got to stay true to me. Absolutely. You know, because when I die, I'm going to die by myself. I don't care if y'all all in here with me. When I die by myself. Yeah. So you stay true to yourself. And I'm going to say that there.
Yeah, that's good. Any last words before we get up out of here?
You still get asked that question at this age? Where you from?
Yes, I do.
You wear it on your clothes, though.
Yes, I do.
A HollyHood shirt. Yeah, he gets asked that.
Yeah.
Still wear it.
Yeah. Actually, you ain't gonna see no more shirts like this. Not this one. It was made especially for me. You know, if y'all want to get one, I can, you know.
I'll get one. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But
that's cool, man. I didn't grow up like that. You know what I mean? I didn't start to understand where my family was from until later on.
Right.
But I think we all.
He was a Donna.
If that's what he was, that's what I mean,
He's gonna exclude that part of it, wasn't he?
My pops came home and he got that out of my system real fast. I just realized that wasn't.
Right.
I realized that wasn't the life I wanted.
Don't let me out.
Don't let me out.
Don't let me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where the women? You know,
where are the women?
This is a different life. But I think we all, you know, we like you said, man, we all affiliated in some aspect. I'm all, you know, I don't think banging and being from a set is never going to go anywhere.
No, it's not.
So I'm just against glorifying the violence of it because the family aspect oftentimes get left out. You know what I'm saying? You have preachers, coaches, just OGs in the neighborhood. Everybody's affiliated with something.
That's right.
And that part gets left behind because the violence overshadows it oftentimes. But I appreciate you, brother.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me and listening. And like I say, you know, I'm gonna be HollyHood for life. You know, and that's just the way it is. You know, some people say, "Hey, you too old for that." What you mean? I'm too old for that. I'm still living. You know, and that's and part of a lot of that is part of what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I hated to see my homies yesterday. You know, because we had to lay one down. You know what? You know, but hey, it's like this here. You know, it is what it is. Matthew didn't get gunned down out there in the streets or whatever. You know, the streets gunned Matthew down. Let's keep it 100. Yeah. And like I tell everybody, the streets are like Mayweather. Never lose. Undefeated. The streets are undefeated.
Can't read.
You know what I'm saying? You stay out there long enough, too long, they'll get you. Like I say, he allowed me to be out there until I was 41 years old. But when I came in, I stayed in. Ain't nothing, you know, I don't sneak around the corner and have no drink and all that there for what? I never hid nothing, no way. When I did, what I did, you know. But I had told myself I wasn't going, I used to smoke sticks. I was like, well, I'm going to smoke sherm for the rest of my life. That's what I had told myself. But God had a different plan for me. And the plan was to be here with you, young man. And to share with you guys.
Shout out to God for that.
Yeah.
Anywhere anybody can reach you? If you know they hear this and they want to get some more knowledge from you?
Who got in touch with me?
That's so.
My pops reached out to you.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Your pops reached out to me.
Reached out to you.
That's right. Well, he know how to.
SO is the one who brought you up.
Yeah.
SO is the one who brought you up, and so I reached out to my pops and
Okay.
I had got your information and I sent it to.
Okay.
You know, because I know you guys' relationship and your son and
Yeah.
So that's how we made this possible.
Yeah, but you know, your pops, you know, that's one of my little, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know, it ain't nothing, you know.
Do you have like social media or something like that where people can like if they want to find you and
Instagram,
like that?
Facebook.
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my Facebook friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Some of his videos.
That's
on
where I
too.
see it. I
Videos,
said,
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I told Ivan, I said, hey man, the karaoke man, hey man.
Shit,
Hey, man.
right. And like I say, shit, you know, hopefully, you know, y'all can come out to one of my shows one night and just.
When your next show? When your next show?
Actually, it's gonna be Friday at the Cannery. If y'all ain't doing nothing, just come.
Absolutely.
Come through like 8 o'clock. You know, at the
say
Cannery, just come through, like I say, and
We'll be there.
just check me out. You know, I'm well seasoned because I've been doing this all my life. You know, actually, people telling me you need to go ahead and there's bands out there that, you know, I'm gonna tell you about these bands, man. Bands is a trip. You try to hook up with them or whatever, and the first thing. Y'all know about this music, man. There's so much jealousy and stuff, you know. And I choose not to deal with that, you know. I choose not to deal with it. So if I could do this karaoke on my own, and it's gonna pop. Cause see, once we release this song, Karaoke is a Way of Life, it's going to the top.
Okay.
You know, it's going to the top. God got his time for everything, you know. And I'm not trying to do this here and be all this. And they pay me good, you know. I make $10 million, I'm out. You know, I ain't trying to make $100 million, $300 million, all that. Give me $10 million, and no, serious. I can leave a generation of wealth for my children and for my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, like that, you know. And people, but like I say, all I need is $10 million because I can take $10 million and make $100 million. I got so many things I've invented. You know, I'm an inventor and everything. You know. It's crazy, and when I tell y'all, I'm gonna tell you how that word got real fast. We ain't got to stay on air if airtime is over with. The word traveled from Vegas to L.A. My partner Garland Strong, his cousin Pal Smith was out here when it all jumped off. So he stayed out here like a few months, and he saw how tight we was, gang tight in the hood. So anyway, he lived in Compton. So we decided once he got home, we went over there to get some water, you know, and we made it over there. We were in Imperial Courts. We made it over there. All of our names were spray painted on the walls, you know, Mike Finn Hood, Matthew Holmes Hood. So he got to telling people over there about these niggas in Vegas called, you know, the Hood. And somehow one of them niggas told a story to Eazy-E, and he picked up on it. So that's when he came out.
Dope.
He came out because the boys in the hood is how. When he was talking about the boys, when he was talking about the boys in the hood is always hard. He was talking about us.
I heard that story and I thought it was bullshit.
He was talking about us.
I heard that story before and I
that's
always
what
thought it was bullshit.
No, there ain't no bullshit. You know, it's the real deal.
That is crazy.
It's the real.
Wow.
Yes, he was
that's
talking
story.
about us, the boys in the hood.
That and the hood protecting Suge Knight. It's two stories I've
Man,
always heard.
Bullshit ain't nothing, and they protected
Suge
Suge
Knight.
until I came home.
They protected Suge Knight.
Until I came home,
Yeah.
and when I got home, I'm like, who is that? Because I was locked up in Texas. When I made it home, he in the hood.
I was about to ask you.
Yeah, I'm like, who is that? Oh man, that's Suge, man. He go out to UNLV and he was going to school or whatever. I said, who is this mom? He gonna walk up to me and tell me, hey man, you Mike Finn, huh? I said, yeah. Well, I heard about you. nigga, what did you hear about me?
Yeah.
Whatever, what you heard about me, nigga, it's real. Now, what I don't want to see your motherfucking ass back over here no more.
That's how the
You
homies
better
almost
get
had
some-
a
you
had a
better-
death row deal. They
you
was
better
protecting
get
Suge the whole
somewhere.
time.
You better get somewhere. I tell you what. That
Yeah.
motherfucker got to have him over there because he was finna see it.
Ice
now.
Dr. Rock
Bullshit.
used to always tell me the
Man,
story.
and it's real. It's real.
All right.
It's all the way real.
Man. Damn. Just call me
It's all the way
Spence.
real.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we about to Skinny Junior 777 on Instagram. All right, man.
I'm not on social media this week.
Oh my God.
Young R Bundy, YUNG_R_Bundy, Twitter and Instagram.
I am S to the O on Instagram and Twitter.
Shayna Candy. She here, but she's not here. So shout out to YV. SHAYNA_KANDII. Ow.
Where can they find the
Views from the
podcast
seven.
at?
Oh, Views from the 7 on all platforms. Views from the 7 on Twitter. Views from the _7 Instagram, TikTok. Views from the 7 on Facebook. All right, we up out of here. Peace.
Go.
Peace.